It's the 2nd of April 2026. Welcome to Light TV Main News. Quote of the day: Gossip dies when it reaches a wise ear, but grows stronger in the middle of an idle mouth. The headlines: Police ready for 24-hour economy rollout. 850,000 set for Mwale Malajika title fight. And Senegal tightens same-sex laws, increasing penalties and expanding offenses. With the news in detail, my name is Joel Chisompola. The Office of the Vice President has strongly dismissed as malicious fabrications claims circulating online suggesting an alleged arranged plane crash targeting the Vice President Mutalena Lumango. Press aide Njenje Chizu says the allegations are false, reckless, and aimed at creating confusion and division between the President and the Vice President. He says at no point during the Vice President's ongoing tour of duty in northern, eastern, and Wapula provinces has there been any threat or incident involving her aircraft. The office has warned individuals spreading the claims that they risk breaking the law and has called on security agencies to identify and take action against those responsible. The Zambia Police Service says it is fully prepared to support the government's 24-hour economy agenda through enhanced security operations and increased police visibility across the country. Inspector General of Police Graffel Musamba says the service has repositioned itself to meet the demands of a round-the-clock economic system expected to boost growth and create employment. He says police will strengthen capacity building, invest in technology, and enhance collaboration with stakeholders in the commercial sector to improve crime prevention. Mr. Musamba has also assured the public that officers will act professionally and will not carry out arbitrary arrests at night for minor offenses unless the law is broken. He adds that changes such as reduced checkpoints and lifted nighttime travel restrictions are aimed at improving the movement of goods and supporting economic activity.
Ladies and gentlemen, in February this year, the Zambia Police Service scaled down on the number of security checkpoints operated across the country from the 47 to 22. This measure was undertaken to improve the smooth and uninterrupted flow of traffic and commerce, which is critical to the country's economic development and the growth of its gross domestic product. It also aims to address public concerns associated with management of checkpoints. While these measures are intended to facilitate the easy movement of goods and services, the Zambia Police Service remains not fully aware of the potential risks associated with reduced checkpoints. These include crimes such as conveying stolen property, theft of motor vehicles, and other related offenses. To mitigate these risks, the Zambia Police Service has put in place enhanced security measures to ensure adherence to traffic rules and regulations, as well as the safety and security of all road users. In this regard, officers across the country have been directed to remain on high alert through intensified highway patrols and smart road checks, enforcement of speed regulations, and continuous monitoring of the behavior of road users.
Government has released 23 million kwacha to address sanitation challenges at the University of Zambia, with emergency works already underway on water and sewerage infrastructure. A joint team from the Zambia National Service and the Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company is on site, working around the clock to rehabilitate the system. The works include clearing blocked manholes, replacing old pipes, and improving overall flow and safety. Zambia National Service Commander Maliti Solochi says the project is progressing well and is expected to be completed within 10 days. He adds that the goal is to resolve the situation quickly to avoid disruption to the academic calendar.
Yes, I appear before your screens to admit that the state of the sanitation within the university is in a deplorable state, and that's not one thing which we can shun or run away. This is not a problem of today. This is a problem that the university has seen for quite some time. Not just within this government, even in previous regimes. And I strongly believe that it's high time a permanent solution is implemented. A few days ago, we saw the fracas that was going on, what happened, the confusion, which is very unfortunate, which shouldn't happen in a learning environment. We would like to thank the President of the Republic of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, who later instructed the Zambia National Service to come on board, to come and see how best they can help us combat this problem.
Kwacha to talk about the overhaul he's talking about, so that we are going to work with Lusaka Water and Sewerage. They're the ones who are going to set up a pump station and make sure that they take the effluent to the Kamloops line there. So I think this what we are doing now are remedial works to allow water works, I mean Lusaka Water and Sewerage, to now come and do the work after this, so that students can still have an environment of learning. One thing that I know the university is also rated by it sticking to its calendar. So this is one thing that we wouldn't want ourselves to disrupt them when ourselves we went through the university without closures. So we at least want to make sure that we do. The gentlemen are working day in, day and night.
The Zambia Environmental Management Agency, ZEMA, has approved a government-owned gold processing hub in Mumbwa district aimed at boosting efficiency in the mining sector. ZEMA Manager Corporate Affairs, Ruth Kamwi, says the facility will process up to 15 tons of gold per year and reduce environmental impacts by centralizing mining activities in one location. Ms. Kamwi says the project under the Ministry of Mines was approved during ZEMA's third Environmental Assessments Committee held on March 26, 2026. She adds that out of 134 projects considered, 124 were approved, including a 140-kilometer fiber optic cable project along the Kalumbila Chernoff-Kavimba border road to improve internet access in Mwinilunga and Kalumbila. Kayema District has recorded its first ever surgical procedure following the construction of a constituency development fund supported theater at Zonal Clinic in Munkuye Ward. Director of Health Services Dr. Demon Mundemba says the milestone will reduce referrals to Kaoma and other districts, cutting costs and improving access to care. He notes that the district's growing population has increased pressure on referral facilities, making local surgical services critical. Dr. Mundemba says the first successful operation involved a strangulated hernia, adding that more complex procedures will begin next week. The theater was constructed under the 2023 CDF cycle with additional support from World Vision. We take our first set of commercials. I'll be right back.
From heaven above.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. The University of Zambia Students' Union, UNZASU, has defended its leadership amid growing criticism over the sanitation crisis at the institution. UNZASU Vice President Jemima Mwaba said student leaders are still learning on the job and cannot get everything right at once. Speaking during a press briefing, Mwaba acknowledged the challenges but emphasized that criticism and correction are part of the leadership journey. Meanwhile, UNZASU President Mwanto Kabaso said the sanitation problem at the University of Zambia is long-standing and has persisted under previous administrations without a lasting solution. The situation escalated yesterday when scores of students protested along Great East Road, demanding urgent action. Mr. Kabaso has since backed calls for a temporary closure of the university to allow the Zambia National Service to address the sanitation challenges and clean up the campus. Mwaba has reaffirmed her commitment to representing students, stating that she faces the same academic pressures as her peers. The student leadership has since called for collective efforts to resolve the crisis.
Yes, I appear before your screens to admit that the state of the sanitation within the university is in a deplorable state, and that's not one thing which we can shun or run away. This is not a problem of today. This is a problem that the university has seen for quite some time. Not just within this government, even in previous regimes. And I strongly believe that it's high time a permanent solution is implemented. A few days ago, we saw the fracas that was going on, what happened, the confusion, which is very unfortunate, which shouldn't happen in a learning environment. We would like to thank the President of the Republic of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, who later instructed the Zambia National Service to come on board, to come and see how best they can help us combat this problem. The Zambia National Service came on ground, inspected, and the actual day they began the operations to begin to work on the sewer network of our institution, because that's the main challenge that we're having. The main sewer line is blocked, hence giving us difficulty for sewer to flow. They began their operations. It's very unfortunate that after they had left one working site and went to the next one, where they had left some machinery, we lost one of our students, who happens to be Emmanuel Walia. And we're mourning with the family, friends, and all the close people to Emmanuel Walia's family.
Lusaka businessman Vauden Harry Findlay has been released on police bond following his arrest on an espionage charge. Findlay was apprehended on Tuesday and detained at Kabwata police station. His lawyer, Milna Katolo, has confirmed that he has been granted a police bond of 100,000 kwacha with a surety in the like sum. He is expected to appear in court on April 17, 2026, where he will answer to one count of espionage contrary to Section 3, Cap 2 of the State Security Act, Chapter 111 of the Laws of Zambia. Authorities have not yet provided further details surrounding the circumstances of his arrest. A 31-year-old Lusaka woman, Natasha Msoni, has been sentenced to 7 days simple imprisonment for contempt of court after she was found filming court proceedings on her mobile phone. The Lusaka Magistrates Court heard that Msoni was capturing proceedings while attending a case involving Pasmo Mwinga, who is facing charges of theft of a motor vehicle. The court noted that her actions disrupted proceedings and demonstrated disregard for court rules. Magistrate Paul Namakando ruled that citizens must respect court procedures and familiarize themselves with courtroom regulations before attending hearings. He further stated that the sentence is intended to serve as a deterrent to would-be offenders and to uphold discipline within the justice system. One person has died while 2 others have sustained serious injuries following a road traffic accident involving 2 motorbikes in Choma, Southern Province. The fatal crash happened yesterday around 8:30 hours in the Madabaza area along the Namwala Road, approximately 102 kilometers south of Choma. Police have identified the deceased as 52-year-old Hosten Havila of Sichova village in Chief Macha, who was riding one of the motorbikes at the time of the accident. The 2 injured victims have been named as Godfrey Munkombwe, aged 53, who was a passenger on Havila's motorbike, and Justine Muchindu, the rider of the second motorbike. According to police, the accident occurred after Muchindu allegedly failed to keep to his side of the road, resulting in a head-on collision. The injured are currently receiving medical attention while investigations continue. Police have urged motorists and motorcyclists to exercise caution and observe road safety rules. Zambia has reached a critical stage in achieving water, sanitation, and hygiene WASH targets under Sustainable Development Goal 6. Water Development and Sanitation Permanent Secretary Rosmas Kamanga says despite progress made, major challenges persist, especially in urban and peri-urban areas. He cited rapid urbanization, climate change, informal settlements, low sector funding, and limited budget releases as key constraints affecting service delivery. Mr. Kamanga says these challenges are systemic and require improved governance, financing, coordination, and accountability. He has since called for stronger partnerships, including public-private collaboration, to accelerate access to safe water and sanitation. He says universal access is achievable through urgent and coordinated action.
Issue. It is fundamentally a human rights issue. When learners lack access to clean water and safe sanitation, their rights to health, education, and dignity are compromised. A girl who misses school due to inadequate menstrual hygiene facilities, and I know what it is unjustly denied her right to education. A child who falls ill due to unsafe water loses valuable learning time and risks long-term health consequences. Schools without functional water points and sanitation facilities undermine the basic standards required for a safe and conducive environment. You see, through research, it has been understood that if a child has been, using facilities which are not safe, like toilets, they may have some inherent diseases, and they can come and even affect the brain function. So you can imagine if you have less food, there's no proper nutrition, you are going to have a challenge even in the way you say, this child is just poor in mathematics, and yet the child has just...
Women have been encouraged to take part in engineering and machinery training programs to promote inclusion in technical fields. CAMCO Senior Sales Engineer Bine Habukale says women should actively join such initiatives, noting that engineering is not limited to men. Speaking during a field day at the Farm Institute in Chivombo District, Ms. Habukale said CAMCO successfully trained and graduated about 15 women last year, proving that women can excel in machinery-related work. She further urged more women to enroll in upcoming training programs to increase female participation in the sector. Ms. Habukale also noted that Camco supplies machinery such as tractors and bulldozers and is also promoting solar energy solutions to support communities facing power challenges.
Camco twakataliga green energy muli uti mazuvano malaiti alashupa menda alashupa akakunyina malaiti so twakaleta sola utegwa akakunyina malaiti amakoya kwabere mapampa yangoti winka kunkania training, vocational training. Kukamko tulai hakubere hama tractor, kujita operate ma bulldozer, ma excavator. So tulajita encouragement ningi basankwa abasimbi, especially basimbi. So last year wajita graduate, I think about 15 girls. Basimbi wako kujita operate ma excavator, ma bulldozer, ma tractor. So tulanda maningi kuti bantu bakokuno bakugende bakole bayiye babe ma engineer musimbi mazuvano la nkawujikolo lako henga kupereka mulimo wa musankwamba wako henga kupereka Camco kwa chaliko kuti amigwai so twalomba ma organizers.
We take our second break. On the other side, join me for sports and international news.
Autobest Engineering is a fully registered company that has services such as towing service, we have a saloon, we repair cars, we have a car wash.
Barber shop is a top-notch.
And many more.
Autobest Engineering is the company which you can rely on. We touch any car. We are just at the corner of Pemba Road and Mosotunya Road. You know what? We deliver the best. Yes, we are growing very fast. It's a top-notch company ever in Zambia. When you come, wherever you are, whether you are in America, you come to visit Zambia, please just go to Google Map, type Autobest Engineering Group. It will take you where we are. Autobest is a one-stop shop.
Come to Autobest Engineering where the best is done. If you want to know where we're located along Mosotunya Road, just right at the corner of Pemba Road, Chilende South. If you want to contact us, you can call us on 0977 18 12 73.
Autobest Engineering, doing what we know best.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. In sports news, Billy Pro Sport has donated 20 pairs of football boots to the Zambia Under-15 national team ahead of the CAF African Schools Championship set to take place in Zimbabwe from April 6th to April 10th. Speaking during the handover, marketing manager Ruben Yerenda said the donation is aimed at supporting the development of young football talent in the country. And acting FAS Deputy General Secretary Iva Mumbalengwe has thanked the company for the gesture, calling for increased local support towards national teams. She says partnerships like these are key to nurturing future stars and strengthening the game. The Under-15 boys and girls teams head into the tournament with confidence after winning last year's regional competition in South Africa. A total of 850,000 kwacha has been set aside for the highly anticipated bantamweight title fight between Zambia's David Sniper Mwale and South Africa's Charlton Malajika. The bout is scheduled for 25th July 2026. Speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka, promoter Christopher Malunga said the event is a joint effort between Oriental Boxing Promotions and South Africa's Golden Gloves Boxing Promotions. Malunga added that the fight has been sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, the African Boxing Union, and the Zambia Professional Boxing Control Board. He also revealed that Mwale will enter camp on April 16th as preparations intensify. Meanwhile, Mwale says he is ready to defend his title and has promised fans an exciting contest. And veteran boxer Michael Chilambe has urged upcoming fighters to remain disciplined while calling for improved welfare support for retired boxers. In international news, Senegal has introduced tougher measures targeting same-sex relations with a new law increasing penalties and broadening the scope of the offense. Although same-sex relations were already illegal in the country, the revised legislation now introduces stricter punishments and expands what can be legally classified as an offense. The changes have triggered renewed debate within Senegal, with discussions focusing on human rights concerns, law enforcement, and the country's social values. That note brings us to the end of the main news. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. Police ready for 24-hour economy rollout. 850,000 kwacha set for Mwale Malajika title fight. And Senegal tightens same-sex laws, increasing penalties and expanding offenses. Thank you for tuning in. Stay inspired.